Hello. What? Oh. Okay. Hello, everybody. I realize my kitchen light is on, but that's fine. How's it going? We're back at it again with another live stream. Sorry about missing last week, guys. Very long story short, I had a really bad Tuesday, kind of like mentally, and then I ended up sleeping in really late Wednesday, and then I woke up like 2 hours after I was supposed to already go live, so I didn't go live last week. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I was trying to get some motivation to build more on little David here, but honestly I kind of want to take a break from him because I don't really feel up to building more on him right now. But another character I've had in the works for a long time, yo Purple, what's up, is D3ATHTRAP, or D3ATHTRAP for, you know, flagging purposes. But yeah, so I tried to make the thumbnail look like one of my old ones, so I might do that more with this. But super long story short, again, I have this cosplay that's about it's half full size and half miniature, if that makes sense. So I never ended up building the legs for him for like a full size costume. And it looks really cool VFX wise with the little miniature thing and all that. But I really like this costume and I want to wear it to a convention, and I can't really do that if only the top half exists. So I figured we'd make a little doohickey thingamabob live stream and pretty much finish him. So my thought is I'm going to kind of try to keep it similar style to what the miniature legs look like, but obviously I can't do like holes through my chest and stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do for that part is I'm still going to keep like a gap here between the two sections, but I might buy like a morph suit that's like one of those patterned ones with like robot stuff. And then my last bit was I saved a few pieces from my Anard cosplay, and I might try to snip this up and use bits and pieces of it for like more wires on D3ATHTRAP here, because I actually already did on this side right there. So technically part of D3ATHTRAP is from my OG Anard cosplay. Yeah. And then also, since Anard and Molten Freddy were like the same cosplay when I retired my Anard one, I no longer had a need for the Molten Freddy hands, so I turned those into the D3ATHTRAP hands. So that's what these are. And yeah, I guess we'll just sort of jump into it. How's everyone doing today? Oh, wait. There we go. How's everyone doing today? I put the camera a little further back today since I'm working on a full-size costume rather than like a miniature thing. So hopefully you guys will be able to see more than just like my elbow today. Yo, what is up, everybody? Oh, Gray Rat, Mr. Puzzle, FNAF Glitch, Poison 6, VI, the T-Cog Taker. Bro, how am I supposed to transform without my T-Cog? Team Dog Day, nice. You feeling green today? But your name is purple. How are you supposed to feel green if your name is purple? My freaking trash can is across the room for some reason. And my garbage. my god, I'm always rolling over these wires with my little chair here. Oh, I did it. I did it again. Ah, no! Technical difficulties. There we go. Nailed it. Yeah, I really gotta figure out a way to keep these wires from getting run over so much. No, don't take my T-Cog. Yes, R.I.P. Molten Freddy and Enard, but they are forever immortalized in this little wall deco, I think, I made. So they're not entirely gone. But yeah, so, the other piece I saved from Innard is actually the waist section. Mostly just because, it was already done, and I really like these, like hip sections right here. I'm thinking I might try to incorporate, like, just this part on the sides, and then have the rest be, like, solid, with maybe, like, a couple holes in it and wires hanging out. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Puzzles, Death Trap is kind of like Burn Trap. It's kind of like my take on Burn Trap if he wasn't actually like the Mimic, if that makes sense. Like if it was actually like William Afton coming back from like hell or something. Like it's like a big edgy thing. I don't know. I just think it's cool. The name stuck and I just really like it. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this middle section and then build like a little zone. Ooh, Immortalized Afton. That's a pretty cool name. Let's see. Some of this foam is really well glued on here, so it might rip a little. Am I gonna recycle Molten Freddy? Technically, Molten Freddy and my Enard cosplay were the same cosplay, so to answer your question, yes. Because this is part of Molten Freddy, actually. Or at least it was. I'm gonna keep the masks forever. I'm never gonna recycle or take those apart. Or at least I'm gonna hope to keep the masks forever, just because those are like the coolest part. But yeah, so we got this piece off. Let's see if I can turn this. It's gonna sit. Oh, I'm on this cord too. Ah, it's gonna sit kind of like here. Does that make sense? Then we'll have the other one on this side. Yeah. Oh man, a lot of people today. Sorry about missing last week. Do I still have Combiner Wars Devastator? Yes, I do. He is my pride and joy. Combiner Wars Devastator was probably my favorite action figure set thing I got growing up. It was one of the biggest things I'd ever saved up money for, like at the time. And I don't know. They just don't do it like that anymore. Though I guess the new series is pretty good. Though it's more... It's kind of funny. They made Devastator the same height as the rest of the combination Transformers. And I like that because, like, for some reason, they always made Devastator the tallest one. And I like them all to be more, like, similar size, you know? Yeah. Just need Mixmaster. Ooh. Is the 86 is that new one, right? The new one that's coming out, slash... Is the full thing out? I don't know. Where's Helpy? Helpy is chilling over there inside of outside of ruined Glamrock Freddy's torso. Alright, so now we got these two pieces. I'm gonna grab a large piece of foam and we're gonna trim it to try to do the center section. Might be able to use this bit. This piece right here. It's just some regular foam. Yeah. What's up, Ben B400? Alright, I think I'm gonna sort of take the shape from this. That's the front. Kind of just trace it out, and then I'll build off of there for the rest of it. Man, building a full cosplay on live stream kind of takes me back, low-key. Good old days, building Springtrap. Good times. Yeah, somebody said it earlier, but my D3ATHTRAP cosplay / OC character is based on kind of a bunch of the different William Afton characters, if that makes sense. So the main one obviously is Burntrap, if that wasn't obvious, because I'm pretty sure it was. But then I'm taking inspirations from like the Yellow Rabbit as well, which is why the color scheme is totally different. And then I made it more of a monster rather than like a human trapped inside the body by giving like the skull, sharp teeth and stuff. I don't know. I do want to do more with this character down the line. It's just everything takes forever nowadays. Manga's in the mirror. I don't know what that means. Darkiplier and Antisepticai. Oh my god. Those were like the biggest inspiration for like When Fate Comes Knocking originally. Though nowadays When Fate Comes Knocking Chapter 4, or as I'm gonna start calling it, just When Fate Comes Knocking, the Breaking Point, but it's still gonna be Chapter 4, but I'm just gonna refer to it as the Breaking Point. Once that's out, I'm gonna try to get a lot of cool stuff for it. I guess I do have a couple updates I could give you guys on that. Alright, now comes the fun part. I'm gonna do this without the mirror. I got a different mirror. Gotta make sure it lines up. Ugh. Yeah, that's not long enough. That's what she said! Oh my god. Okay. We're getting there. It's a start. I think I need to add a little to the top here. I'm mostly standing off camera just because it's a little weird for me to be sort of doing this on camera. Okay. Yeah, I need to extend it just a little bit more. Like both directions. Ooh. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna bring it up probably like this much on the top here. Yo! 12 people, shout out. Thanks for hanging out today. I will probably have to use my heat gun on this before I get too far. See, the cool thing about building broken characters is you don't have to really measure, technically. You kind of just glue and add and trim. And then, with all these ugly seams and stuff, you can just cover it with fabric. Like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, so I'm gonna extend this up a little ways, but I gotta use my heat gun before I glue them together. Just because if I glue them together with hot glue and then use my heat gun on it, what do you think is gonna happen? Yeah, so if you're unaware with EVA foam, it's always wise to use either a heat gun or a hairdryer to heat up the foam, because then it'll hold its shape better. And it won't be trying to go back to that flat section. Like if you were to try to bend it like that, it would eventually probably pop open. But if you heat it, it'll hold that curve. So that's what we're doing. Would it be hard to make a costume of the nightmares? I guess it depends. I will say I've always kind of liked the jack-o'-lantern slash Grim Foxy skins and stuff. Those ones are really cool. It would definitely be pretty difficult to do the whole like hollow effect, though. That would be the hardest part. But I mean, pretty much every costume or character is doable. You just gotta know how to get there. You just sort of practice and figure it out along the way. That's one of the funnest parts, to be honest, is just sort of messing around with stuff, you know? Yo, ease in the chat. Would you make your own animatronic if you had the money for it? Oh, absolutely. I've seen a few of those, like, really old, like, Chuck E. Cheese animatronics for sale before. And, like, the thought has always been there, like, ooh, what if I just buy that? But then my financial status goes, no. Three. Yo. Tried making a cosplay of Mendo. Gave up after 2 months. Sorry, could you remind me which one Mendo is? Is that like a Mangle kind of character? I'm tripping. Oh, you're making a when Fate Comes Knocking starting stream menu as a Halloween gift? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, send me that on Twitter or something. I'd love to see it. Alright. Crutch. I can't believe I just said that. Alright, I'm gonna look again real quick. debating how I want to do this exactly, because I want to keep this flexible so that I can, like, still bend over and stuff, like, if I need to. Just trying to think how I'm going to combine these. Got a couple ideas. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. First idea. Cut a couple strips of this and sort of just extend this part out into like a T. Does that make sense? Ooh, should I do like a poll or something just for fun? Keep the chat going. Let's see. What poll should we do? Let's see. Oh, I don't even have my keyboard over here. Wait. Alright. This is the most epic poll. Enjoy. I'm such a good content creator, guys. Yeah, I've seen a few of those videos from the past where people built animatronics and made them look like Springtrap and stuff. And low-key, that would be so fun. Maybe if I ever got good at electronics. I don't know. Be something to think about. It's Halloween! So far we got a 90% yes on the Halloween question mark poll. And I think that is the correct answer, to be honest. Alright. Yo, it went up to 91%! Hey, the chair's been moved. Oh no. What episode of When Fate Comes Knocking was my favorite? Ooh. Well, it's a difficult decision. I'd probably say my favorite episode to like make, at least for chapter 2, I would say was episode 3. That one was probably my most exciting one because it was like the episode where shit hits the fan, right? Like, it's already bad, and then boom, it gets way worse. I don't know. Something about having, like, really crazy stakes in, like, a battle just does it for me, you know? So I think that one was probably my favorite out of chapter 2. Ooh. Oh. I should probably mention, if you're ever going to use a heat gun or like a hair dryer to do this kind of stuff, make sure you know what you're doing because they get quite hot. And if you're young, I would recommend having an adult or parent help you with like a heat gun, just because you can easily burn yourself. Especially with a heat gun. These ones get incredibly hot, incredibly fast. Hair dryers you can still use, but you kind of have to heat them up before they're really all that usable. Top 5 episodes. I'd probably say episodes 1 through 4. And then we'll add Echo in a Void in the Void as number 5 because it's technically a bonus episode. Boom. Let's go. I can't believe only 91% of people voted for Halloween, yes. All the no's, I can't believe you. It's in this poll. You know, I used to kind of do Q&As and stuff on these live streams. Would you guys ever want me? Would you guys ever want me to try to do that some more? Like, if you guys have questions, just ask them and I'll try my best to answer. Let's see. The twinning with a heat gun, we shall fight. Hey, AC just turned off by itself. I didn't even know it could do that. This is a Skywarp 33 original technique. It's called the don't measure beforehand technique. It's very unique. It's quite popular in France. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. Yeah, I think if I add this piece here, and then I can maybe trim this a little bit and kind of add it on the side here for like the hip. You guys see what I'm going for? I hope so. Am I A? Actually, yes. I am so gay. I love women. That and non-binary people are hot too. Cis men are alright, but I got standards. Okay. Oh, if you guys stick around to the end of the live stream today, I will share a little bit of When Fate Comes Knocking news, and maybe show you guys a new prop. Well, new prop in quotations. It's been done for a long time, but I've just never really shown you guys it up close. Hope that's not too big. Wait. I might just have to trim it a little more, but I'm gonna stick with this scale approximately. I have a gender fluid boyfriend, so it's the best of both worlds. Oh my god, just like Hannah Montana. I'm showing my age. God damn. Okay, before I glue this on, I'm actually just gonna use it to make a copy. Where's the best spot? Here will probably work. You're gender fluid as well? Ah! So you got the best of both worlds and everything in between, is what I'm hearing. No, that was more a bit towards me being old, not you. I used to watch Hannah Montana with my sister growing up. I definitely wasn't a girl, though. I wasn't a fan or nothing. I didn't watch that show. Definitely not. You'd never catch me watching that. See, the joke is... yeah. I'm mostly just attaching these, and then I think I'm going to trim them a little more after it's attached. So stay tuned for just a little bit. Also, just so y'all know, I might not do part 2 of Death Trap next week. I guess we'll kind of see how I feel. I might feel more up to finishing / working more on the David Mimic by next week's time. So I might flip-flop between the two projects over the next couple weeks / maybe months. Because sometimes they take quite a while. But I think it'll be fun. I realize I've been sort of pointing my heat gun in the direction of my microphone, so I apologize if it got really loud every time I did that. Six, 7. Back in my day, the funny number was 69. Kids these days. Ooh. Eosis. You like that word? It's a good word. Quite easy to say. So a thing you can do with hot glue is if you're working with it kind of quickly, it's still a little movable. So what I recommend doing, and obviously be smart about it and don't burn your fingers, but if you blow on it a little bit, you can wipe most of it away if you're quick about it before it dries completely. It just helps get those lines a little smoother. Yeah, back in my day it was 21. The funny numbers. I think my favorite number is 420 though. I'll just put that out there. If you're curious what that means, ask your parents. Actually, don't do that. Just Google it. Authentic burn trap cosplay. Yeah, I set myself on fire while building this. Gotta get that lore accurate cosplay. How old am I? Or I would say never ask a lady her age, but I'm technically non-binary, so I guess I can say My birth year starts with a 1. So, in other words, I'm old as fuck, bro! That sticks out wrong. There, that's better. 1999? You're so generous. Nah. I was born in 98. I am currently 27 years of age, and I feel it every fucking day of my life. I don't know, I was blessed with like a baby face. So people often think I'm younger than I am. Damn, he was born in 1703. Wow, okay. Shots fired. Got me good with that one. We love a good little bit of autism up in our partners. Makes life more interesting, right? Is that how that works? What is normal anyway? Normal is overrated. Oh yeah, I forget if I had mentioned that. My hair is slightly tinted red. Thanks for noticing. Like, it's kind of faded a little bit since I had a friend peer pressure me into putting red hair dye in my hair because they had extra. But honestly, I really liked it because I'm a big fan of like maroon. Because my hair was so dark. It was kind of like a bright red too. So when they put it in my hair, it kind of turned into this slightly dark reddish shade, and I really dig it, to be honest. And actually, one of the characters for When Fate Comes Knocking thing, I already filmed a bit for, and their hair is going to be slightly red. Giving lesbian hair? Well, I hate to tell you this, but dude, I love the dollar beans. The dollar beans are the best. Alright, I think I'm going to lightly use my heat gun on this to kind of add like a more curve in the middle here. So, try not to heat it up too much. Sort of curve it like this, and then also like that. So if you hold it until it cools down a little further than you want it, it'll expand back. What the fuck? Rec Room wanted to update. Okay. I don't even know if you guys heard that. It might have been. Yo, Blitzo VA, you have arrived to bring joy and the Halloween spirit. Welcome. Glad you can make it. So far, this is what we have done. Believe it or not, this piece is a shoulder pad. I'm lying. Dang, we've done a pretty decent amount in 41 minutes. Pretty happy with this. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna look at it one more time. Okay. Let me... I gotta find a pencil real fast. Got one around here somewhere. I think. Maybe? Hello? Pencil? Wherefore art thou? Oh, there's one. This one has a rabbit on it. I left it in the sun too long and it like cracked. So the eraser's like all hardened. But it's still got a little point on it. Gotta just... Basically all I gotta do is make sure I can still move. And that oftentimes involves trimming a little. I think that should do it. Just added a score here and a score right there. Now, I might actually use an X-Acto knife for this part. How you burn water? That's some weird looking shoulders. Yup. Let's see. This is mostly getting trimmed a little thinner because I need the space for my thigh to sort of go forward. There we go. That kind of like rounded shape like that. This will be more like there. Like there. Yeah, that should work. Other side. Do you guys like the camera further back, like this one? Because like the last few live streams I've been trying to have it kind of closer to the camera. Or to the build, I guess. Mess that up a little. My VTuber phase. Yeah. That was pretty much just for like one video game. Or maybe, did I do that for Ruin? I might have done that for my Ruin playthrough as well. I think I used my little VR guy for Inside and FNAF Ruin. I kind of want to say that's it. I don't think I ever did more than that. Yeah, I played Ruin and nobody watched it. I played it like the day it came out. Alright, so now comes the part where we recycle a little. Oh, that worked. Sometimes the foam is weaker than the hot glue, so it rips before the glue gives way. Though I will say these foam pieces have lasted forever. Like, they've got a little wear to them, but they're still good. So I gotta remember to add like, what's the word? Kind of like overall straps, if that makes sense. Helps keep the waist up, and basically, if I put it on display, it won't start sagging over time. The two straps will keep it better. It'll keep it better. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You didn't see the video notification? Well, I mean, it should still be live. Or, not live. It should still be up on, this main channel, I believe. I want to say I streamed it on this channel, actually. You might have to tab out and check my playlists section. But I'm pretty sure I have it in there, like a full playthrough. I honestly don't remember how most of it went down, though. Jump King just sounds like fruitier, fruitier Fall Guys. That is a sentence I did not expect to say today. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try my best to hide the connection point between the front section and the back section. So to do that, I think I'm just gonna snip this here. There they are. Oh. Boink. Boink. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The sound effects make it better. Oh yeah, I used to play Minecraft every once in a while. Not like crazy amounts of it or nothing. But yeah, I used to do. There was a time where I tried to get like my gaming channel going, and then it just didn't really happen. Yeah. Not the end of the world, though. What is this? I think I'm gonna trim these little T sections just a little bit. Like there. And then now we'll glue on these bits. The reason I left the strap attached to this clip is because basically I'm going to glue down this bit, and then I'm going to glue this part down a lot so that it'll stay in place. What's my favorite video game of all time? Ooh. It's a good question. I will say Minecraft has been a massive part of my life. Just like as a fellow nerd. gamer. Don't know why I said it like that, but it's too late. I'd probably say Minecraft if I had to choose one specifically, but I also remember really enjoying Age of Empires 2, Definitive Edition. That one's pretty fun. It's like a turn-based strategy game. I think I tried to live stream it once or twice on my gaming channel, but it never really took off. So I only ever did it like twice, I think, for like a YouTube video series. But I do just sort of play that game in my free time every once in a while still. So I don't know, that one's pretty fun. I do remember there was a time back in like high school where I pretty much played solely Minecraft for like, it had to be at least like 8 years straight. Like I pretty much rarely played any other game. But that doesn't mean other games aren't good. Like I really like different Nintendo games and stuff too. It's really hard to pick one favorite, you know? I'd say if I had to, I would say Minecraft. But there's a lot of games out there that I really like. Do I ever plan on doing gaming streams on Wednesdays? Probably not. I think online gaming streams for me are probably on the not gonna happen anymore list. Mostly just because it's expensive and you gotta buy a lot of different games and all that stuff. I don't know. I kind of just like these building live streams more, to be totally honest. But, I mean, I can't 100% speak for the future. But, I don't know. Kind of like these streams more than the gaming ones. Feels a bit more unique, I guess. You want to make more Goober Sona fan art? Ooh. Oh my god, I freaking loved the little Goober Sona you put in the little fan art submission thing. I am thinking about actually adding that as an emoji on here, which could be quite fun. So I guess I'll keep you guys updated if I change the emojis at all. Oh yeah, Rocket League. For some reason that game just completely disappeared out of my brain. I think it's even on my desktop, which is kind of funny. Alright, we've got clip 1 installed and clip 2 installed. So, next part. It's installing the rest. Say that way is better. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll just say that scream I did when I saw the fan art in the reaction video, that was 100% genuine. I actually was like, ah! when I saw it. It was so cute. What's my least favorite thing I've ever made? Ooh, that's a good one. I will say there's been a few things that I've built over the years that did not quite land as well as I had envisioned originally, you know? Which happens. It's like, not every project is gonna be a winner, you know? Or, I guess winning is not really the point, but... Okay. I'd probably say my least favorite character... Ooh. There's a few. There's a few I didn't really like, but I made videos on them anyway. I didn't really like the All Might cosplay I made. That one's long retired. I kind of found it a little cringy. Like, I thought the idea was good, but my execution for it, I feel like, didn't quite work out the way I was hoping. I'd say that one was pretty bad. And then the other one, oh, what was it? It was right here. I want to say I was not really happy with how my Sun and Moon figurines turned out. Like, I feel like I could have done a better job if I just made them a bit larger. Like, those ones I'd probably say might be some of my worst, personally, but I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. I like to just post this stuff and then see what people think, and usually y'all like it. And then other times you guys agree with me, because like that All Might one, whew. Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was cool. MS Paint will always be my go-to for fan art. Hell yeah. Alright. We have officially started the waistline. So, what I'm gonna do, this is what I do with most of them, is I just take X-Acto knife, just sort of put an F. I give an F for, I can't say that word even as a joke. F for front. So if you heat up a scored line, it'll expand a little bit. So now I have this F on the front to just sort of, when I'm putting it on, I can be like, front, you know, pretty easy. Alright, let me, I threw it. Let me see this real quick. Okay, I have an idea on what I want to do. Yeah, I don't like hate Sun and Moon how they turned out, but it was like I felt like I could have done better, you know? 'Cause like I like Sun and Moon as a character. It's just one of those characters I've never really gotten around to doing like a full anything for besides like the little figurine things. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna cut a big strip and kind of just make the rest of the waist, and then from that we'll be able to build the other side, and then we'll use some straps underneath here to connect both. And then basically that just makes it so that it shouldn't fall down, and that the curved shape stays curved instead of going like this if it gets caught on something. So that's what the under strap is for. If that makes sense. So I'm going to do that, and then I think I'm going to add these on top at the end and have them kind of attached in a way where they can, like, swing, if that makes sense. So we'll see. Plan on making more Sona fan art? Hell yeah. Sona's my favorite character, so anytime I see fan art of her, I get so excited. It's like Christmas in July. Let's see. Should I just restart? I'm gonna get a brand new square here. So, if you're ever looking for like EVA foam, you can get a square like this from Five Below for like, I believe it's $4.99 or something for one floor square like this. So usually I try to get about 3 or 4 of them, and that'll last you quite a while if you're if you kind of like smartly conserve different segments, like the way you chop it up and stuff. So I'm basically gonna cut a strip off the end here like that. Then we'll go from there. Someone just said, hell yeah, to the Angel Dust profile pic. Hell yeah. So yeah, I've never really watched Hell of a Boss. Or, well, Has Been Hotel. I've seen Hell of a Boss, or at least some of them. I haven't seen like the whole series or nothing. But I like it. Don't know if it's 100% for me though. But I get the appeal of the show. It's a good show. £2. Damn. I guess it's because these are like, how big are they? Like 2.5 foot squares? I don't know. They're supposed to be for like garage floors, but it's all EVA foam, so it works the same. Yo, welcome, Regency Pufferfish 4? IV? I think that's what that means. I'm a little rusty on my Roman numerals. Nipped in a slightly not even way, but we can work with it. Harold! Harold! Welcome, Harold. How is Harold doing today? Alright, so now we've got this piece. I think I haven't exactly measured how much my rumpus will be. Can't believe I just said that. For this. But I might start by just gluing it with the maximum amount, and if it's too small, which I'd be surprised, I can always snip it and add another square. And or the opposite if it's too big, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm just gonna glue this like so to the clip strap and then go from there. Actually, I lied. I gotta do do the heat gun first. But yeah, usually if I want to get a curve in like a long strip like this, I'll just sort of wrap it around my hand for a sec and then just let it cool down. It doesn't take too long. And then it holds its shape a little bit more. Yeah, the Freddy Fanta stuff is so funny to me because it just shows how many how many people in the FNAF fandom have like FNAF brain rot where they're like, I need the Fanta, give me the Freddy Fanta. It's so funny. And I can't even say anything because I'm the same way. Like, when I got mine, I was like, let's go! I was so excited. Which feels really dumb to say about Fanta, but, you know, to each their own, I guess. It's pretty much just soda. Like, I mean, it's literally just the bottle that people want. Your real name is Harry. Hello, Harry. Welcome aboard. You're a rapper? That's pretty cool. Get yourself a 20-pack. Yeah, you right. That's how to go about it. That's the only way to go, actually. Alright. It is... Ooh. I have to glue that a little better, but just let this go for a sec. What am I making? Oh, oh. It's a hat. It's not a hat. It's, the waist section. I still gotta add that ass. D3ATHTRAP don't... D3ATHTRAP? D3ATHTRAP ain't got no ass. How's he going to shit? Pelvis. Exactly. Bonnie Fanta? I don't know what flavors Fanta has, but I feel like if they ever did a Bonnie one, they'd have to make it like a purple flavor or like a blue flavor or something. They can't all just be orange, right? Yeah, grape. That's what I'm saying. And blueberry. What if we took the grape and the blueberry and we mixed them together and then we threw it out and just stuck with regular Fanta? Alright, I might have to secure this bit a little bit more, but I think I'll do that later. My my thought is I might take another strap and kind of just glue it up and around here so that this pit doesn't lift off of the foam like this one's doing right now. So I'll probably do that after the live stream, or maybe in between now and next live. But let me glue this other side. Real quick. And then I should be able to do a quick little test fit. Freddy Fazbear, more like gay. Am I right? Get a load of this guy, chat. Ooh, blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers. That's the best flavor, in my humble opinion. Out of all Jolly Rancher possible flavors, blue raspberry is clearly the winner. Have I ever accidentally glued my hands together? Yeah, a couple times. More with like super glue than hot glue. But there was this one time where I had hot glue drip on my finger, and it sucked. Because I was like kind of holding something like this, so I couldn't move it, but then the hot glue like dripped down onto like part of my finger that I couldn't reach. And I was just like sitting there with it burning my finger, and I was like, oh god! Cosplay is pain. I'm just kidding. Beauty is pain, however. That is true. Beauty is pain. You've never had Jolly Ranchers? Feel like that's on you. Alright, let me see if this works for what I want it to. Yeah, it might be a little small, just because I gotta make sure the scale is correct. So I think what I'm gonna do. How long have we been going? An hour and 14 minutes. That's not so bad. I'm gonna snip this and add like a little, just like a little square here. Make it a little wider. I'm gonna do long ways. Long ways. Oh, I don't know if any of you follow me on Twitter. That's a lie. I know a few of you do. But I posted a thing the other day because my tripod fell over, and the metal bit, like the little handle piece that sticks out that you twist to like adjust the angle, that bit fell and directly like stabbed into my monitor. Which at the time my monitor was not on, so I didn't realize. But later, after I had gotten home from work, I went to play some video games and I turned on my monitor, and the whole thing was just busted. Like, the whole screen was just multicolored lines and cracks and stuff. It was bad. But yeah, one of the reasons I was slightly late today was because I was out at the store doing a bunch of little errands, and then I picked up a new monitor for my computer because the only other monitors I had, because it just so happened to be my best monitor that broke, are these two ancient ones, and then that one, which I have had that one for years, and switching back to like a square monitor after using a rectangle one for years, such a weird feeling. Like, it feels like the screen is just cropped wrong. So that was another reason I was like, I gotta get a rectangle monitor. So I went out and I want to say it was around like 90 bucks. Which isn't like the worst thing, but it just kind of sucks that I had to go out and spend some extra money to fix something I accidentally did. But oh well. Nowadays, yeah, Twitter's always been toxic, let's be real. Like, even back before Dumbass bought it, like, there was still like a shit ton of problems with that platform. Sounds like an excuse to buy more packs of Freddy Fanta. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I think, guys, I might like the camera over here better than when it was over there, because I felt like I kept putting my elbow in front of it. So I might try to keep the camera on this side, just sort of henceforth. Yeah, so I extended it a little ways, mostly just because I don't want it to be tight. I want it to be slightly loose so that the straps are the main part holding it up. I don't want it to be, I guess, how do I say this, like frictioned up so that it stays up. I need it to just be held up by the straps. By doing so, if I make it a little loose, it also makes me slightly, like, larger looking. So if I make the legs also a little bit larger, it'll just sort of make the whole costume a bit more imposing, I guess. Even though I'm not exactly the tallest individual. But hopefully that will work. And yeah, let me double check this one more time. Alright. That is actually kind of looking how I want it to look. That's a good sign, right guys? Still got to do the backside. There's a joke there somewhere. But I think, let's see. Ooh, I think this will work quite nicely, actually. Might have to be a little finicky with parts of it, but I think I'm gonna wrap up today's stream, so I might as well just sort of show you how far we've gotten today. So, drum roll. Pretty much, it's just a little waist piece. This part is going to be bent back a little further. Then I'm gonna take these old bits from my Anard / Molten Freddy cosplay, and the plan is to attach them on the sides, like so, so that it kind of, try to stay in the shot, sits like this, I guess. That makes sense. Like so. Or maybe it'll be a bit more up close, like there. We'll figure it out. But I think I'm gonna end today's live stream there. So let me take this off. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And before you go, let me show you guys a couple little sneak peeks. A couple little things. I meant to mention a few of them at the start, but got some good news. I got some bad news. First bit of good news. Well, rewind that. First bit of bad news. My monitor broke. I already mentioned that. First bit of good news. I took apart my monitor, and now I have some more cool plastic pieces. This used to be the stand that it would sit on, and I took the metal pieces out, so I just have these plastic shapes. And I don't know, I could glue them together like this, use them for something, or maybe take them apart and put them on like some sort of helmet or mask or something. But I think that's kind of a cool thing for maybe the future. So it's not the end of the world that my monitor broke. So I got those. And then there's also this little section that's like this track section. I needed it for a specific idea I have, so I'm going to use this for something. I'm not going to go into too many specifics on that though. And then, lastly, that's a lie, I have one more thing after this. And then, this is another thing of both good news and bad news. So, I didn't even look at what you guys said. Yeah, it is pretty funny. I finished filming a character that uses the Persona's glasses, and on the final shot that I was recording, Soda's glasses broke. Ugh. But it's okay, I finished the video, or I finished all of the shots I needed for the Sona that shows up. But yeah, these are some pretty old... I just unplugged my headset. That's fine. These are some pretty old glasses. They broke once already, and I kind of incorporated that into it. But they actually, the metal itself actually snapped. So I'm either gonna have to glue this like so, or find a replacement set. And then I think if I do find a replacement set, I'm going to purposely like cut it a little bit so that it matches a bit. So that's a big RIP into When Fate Comes Knocking fandom. But it's not the end of the world. I was able to film the rest of the video. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. And then, one final thing that I'm going to show y'all. Guess I don't really need these because it's not even plugged in. Before you go, it's a little sneak peek for a certain music video. Let me grab it. It's a golden record. Wonder what it means. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What could it be? It could be all sorts of things for all we know. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it up today, folks. I don't know why I just put my headphones back on, because my monitor, it's still unplugged. But yeah, this was lots of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and also shout out to all of my channel members. You guys are awesome, and your financial support really helps. I do appreciate it. And that's it. Alright guys, see you on the next one.